Marvel Studios returns to our screens with Phase 4 and WandaVision, an 8-episode series starring Wanda Maximoff and Vision, who are both now seemingly living idealized lives in the suburbs, but something is terribly wrong with this picture and with Wanda. Captain Marvel and Black Widow screenwriter Jack Schaefer returns to the MCU as showrunner, while Game of Thrones director Matt Shakman directs the series, working exceptionally well with Schaefer's scripts, both of which so far have been basically I Love Lucy and Bewitched episodes with Wanda and Vision in the titular roles. The whole premise, when said out loud, just sounds so goddamn insane. Wanda and Vision are in 50s and 60s era live studio audience TV sitcoms. That sounds insane and sounds like it shouldn't work, but these first two episodes come together so damn well. The first two episodes cover a very loose story with Wanda and Vision moving into a new neighborhood and home and trying to fit into this new neighborhood, with Vision having to host his boss for dinner as the newbie at work, while Wanda races around to sort out something for dinner, and then we get a talent show, with the husband and wife duo having entered the show to get to know the people of the town a little bit more. Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany return as the titular characters, and it's as they never left. But it's also like the very first time they've ever played these characters, being that they are playing a 50s sitcom era versions of these characters, so they are completely different from the Vision and Wanda we know from Avengers and Civil War and Age of Ultron. Their chemistry is just wonderful, and it's very obvious that they are having a lot of fun with the premise. New additions to the MCU, Catherine Hahn and Teyonah Parris, were both fantastic as well, with Hahn playing Agnes. People who might read the comics might know who that is, who in this is a nosy next door neighbor, sliding into that role with little effort, always around to deliver a sassy remark about her husband Ralph, while Parris plays quote-unquote Geraldine. I say in quotes because her character is a little bit of an enigma, being we know she plays Monica Rambeau, and even her character isn't so sure of who she is or why she is there, so I can't wait to learn more about her and her involvement with Wanda and Vision. All of this is covered in an utterly fantastic decision to film the show exactly how sitcoms of the 50s and 60s were filmed, which is in black and white on a 4:3 aspect ratio in front of an actual live audience. Even the effects, such as Vision phasing through things or Wanda's magic, is given a makeover to match up with the era's effects. So there's lots of cut frames of things appearing in frame, as well as things flying around on strings and lots of double exposure effects. The attention to detail with that sort of stuff is extremely commendable, and for someone like myself who really loves learning how they do special effects and what work went into them, I'm hoping we actually get in the Gallery series that's coming after this series a look into how they worked that out, because I'm very intrigued to find out. I also can't imagine how the show would have been done in a more traditional in-color 16:9 aspect ratio from the very get-go. It just wouldn't look right with this era. In terms of MCU connections, there really isn't any, at least no huge ones in these first two episodes. There are a couple of little ones though, in the form of some wonderful mid-episode in-universe ad breaks for a Stark Industries toaster, as well as a Strucker branded watch called the Hydra. Those little cutaways were really well done, and there was a really great sense of uneasiness to them, specifically the toaster one, which had shots that lingered on the hosts for too long, and it just added to this overall uneasiness that was building up through the episodes, which leads me back to the series premise, which over these last two episodes we do learn that something is terribly wrong with this world, and we get a few unsettling scenes like these ad breaks, as well as some other scenes, a great scene at a dinner table which I won't spoil. I do enjoy we aren't immediately jumping into this problem at hand, and we get to have a little bit of fun with the setting, and boy did the show just do that. There were so many jokes running throughout these episodes that made me laugh out loud, which something I never really do. With my favorite being, we find out what happens when Vision, a robot, eats chewing gum, and the effects are pretty hilarious. WandaVision so far has lived up to the hype. It's something completely different from what we've seen in the MCU so far. The show leaning into the sitcom genre in almost every way, while also keeping an unsettling, strange nature about it, must be no easy feat, but so far the showrunners and the writers and the actors have all done a fantastic job, and it's hooked me in for the remaining episodes. I'm going to give WandaVision episodes 1 and 2 a 10 out of 10.